Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, my second video. I was planning on doing like more of a full-on grocery haul, but I'm still home for break and I don't really need like that many groceries. So I just picked up a few things this morning and I'm gonna just share that with you guys. And then I'm also gonna do a full day of eating, and that's not intended to say like this is what you have to eat or anything like that, or these are magical meals by any means, but just to give you some ideas. I'm a firm believer in the fact that eating healthy can be very cheap for one, and very easy and very tasteful as well. I know a lot of people have like negative connotations about eating healthy and they think it's just like tastes terrible and it's expensive and it takes forever and all of that, but it definitely does not. So when I am in Ames in just like my normal routine, I guess, I always get my groceries at Walmart and I go every week and it's always right around $50. That's my goal. And that gets me all week long, and then if Dylan is there on the weekend, that gets us like breakfast and typically one lunch or dinner on Saturday and Sunday as well. We try to only go out like once or twice to eat, but yeah, so very affordable. I always get like the Great Value store brand stuff as much as I can. It saves a lot of money and it really doesn't taste that much different, not that I've ever noticed. I mean, sometimes there's certain things that you get the name brand for, but for the most part, store brand saves a lot of money and it's a lot easier, so, or cheaper I should say. But yeah, so I didn't get a ton of stuff, but I'll share what I got and then a full day of eating. So I'll start with this. It's just Boom Chicka Pop. I'm gonna use it just for snacks and just to kind of fill in there. Bananas, I eat those in my oatmeal every morning with my breakfast. I did get some fat-free cheese because I will use that for like some flatbread pizzas I'm gonna make, which I'll show that for lunch. And it's also really good on salads and stuff, but that's just, I get fat-free stuff sometimes, just kind of depending on what it is, but it kind of saves some fat there. I also did get sweet potatoes for like lunch or supper. I usually have like potatoes and rice as like my starchy carbs for like my lunch and supper meals, and then I always have oatmeal for breakfast. I did get a can of green beans. I always get like no salt added or lower sodium for canned stuff if they have it, because it can have a lot of salt for like preservatives and stuff. So I got that. I do already have some frozen broccoli on hand, so I usually eat a half a can at a time. So between this and the frozen broccoli I have, that'll be good for like veggies. And then I also got Greek yogurt. I got like the Dannon Light and Fit and one of these. I really like the strawberry cheesecake. It's really good. When I'm in Ames and I go to Walmart, I typically just get the Great Value brand of Greek yogurt because it's like 60-something cents a piece. But anyway, that is good for just snacks because it's higher protein, moderate carb, low fat, really good snack. I got this. It's the Colonel Seasons Nacho Cheddar. I put it on like my rice and veggies and it's really, really good. So if you like, if I just have like a chicken rice broccoli bowl, which I do a lot because it's cheap and easy, I will add that to like the rice and broccoli and it's really good and adds more flavor. And then rice cakes. These are the caramel ones. I really like these just for a snack. Sometimes when I work out in the morning like I did today at like 5 a.m. I'll have like one or two rice cakes before just to give me a little something. I didn't today because I kind of forgot, but I just like those for a snack. You can just have by yourself, kind of a quick on the go thing, or I'll add like peanut butter, nut butter. You can do like Greek yogurt. You can mix Greek yogurt and peanut butter and put it on top of it. But yeah, it's like 50 calories for one, just kind of a good little carb source. And then the last thing I think is a pork tenderloin. I've never had this brand before. I can't remember what the brand is I usually get at Walmart, but these are really good for as a protein source. I usually put mine in the air fryer, and I just remembered that my air fryer is in Ames, so I don't have it here. So I will probably put it in the oven or maybe the crock pot, we'll see. But I really like pork tenderloins because they're good. It's something a little different. I usually do like chicken or ground beef for my protein sources for lunch and supper, but they're really good. They're really easy and they hold like the juiciness and moisture really well when you cook it and then reheat it in the microwave. So that's why I really like that, and it's just something a little different, and it does have pretty good macros too. So that's that. I didn't really get a lot, but I already had a lot on hand. But yeah, so my first meal, as far as like my little full day of eating goes, I did have my post-workout shake after my workout this morning. It's 2 products, Formula 1 and Ignition, and you just mix them together. Formula 1 is your protein source. It is different than just your standard like meal replacement protein that you just have as a shake. It's pre-digested, it's faster digesting, so it's great for your post-workout setting. Beneficial for preventing like muscle breakdown and all of that, and kickstarting muscle protein synthesis as soon as you're done working out. And then you pair that with Ignition, which is a carb source. It is high glycemic, it does have a lot of sugar, but it's perfect in that post-workout setting because it restores your glycogen stores as soon as possible and a lot more efficiently. So I have those 2 together. I do about a scoop of Formula 1 and about a half a scoop of Ignition, mix them together, drink it right after my workout, and then about an hour later is when I'll have my next meal. So in this case, that'll be breakfast. So I will put the stuff away and show you kind of how I make my breakfast. What I have, I eat the same thing for breakfast and I have for probably a year. Well, maybe, yeah, I don't know, for a long time. It's good, it's easy. So that's my breakfast that I have pretty much every single morning: omelet, oatmeal, and then that's also when I have my Microfactor pack in Full Mega, which is a fish oil supplement. So that's my breakfast. All right, it is now lunchtime. I'm gonna make myself a little pizza. I've got the oven preheating, so now I'm just gonna put this together. Me and Dylan made these quite a bit in the summer when we were at the lake, and they're super easy, super good. And ingredients too that you typically have on hand, I would say, I guess, but it's not the greatest thing for like meal prep if you're taking it like to work or school or something like that, but it is kind of a fun thing to make when you are able to be at home. So I just use these flatbreads. You can use like an actual pizza crust if you want, but I just use these. And then I just use store brand pizza sauce. I just put a serving on, and then I use chicken. You can also use like ground beef or something. I just had made a bunch of chicken in the crock pot, shredded it up, put it in a container, so I have it for multiple things. So I use that, and then I'll also put on some fat-free mozzarella cheese and spinach. So I'll put that together, put it in the oven, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end, and then I'll probably add something else with it. We'll see, because it's not like a ton of calories necessarily. So I'll show you what that looks like at the end. so I just pulled the pizza out of the oven, and once I also like logged it into my MyFitnessPal, I realized it's like only 270 calories or something. So I needed to add a little bit more substance. So I also added a side salad. It's just spinach and kale, and then Bolthouse Caesar dressing and some Parmesan, a sugar-free chocolate pudding cup, and an apple. So that's what the pizza ended up looking like. Really good, super easy, and you can obviously add whatever else you want to it, but that's what I'm having for lunch. And then while the oven is on, also when I'm done eating, I'm going to cut up a bunch of sweet potatoes and bake those so that I have that to pull from to just reheat throughout the rest of the week. So there's that. Okay, so now I am just putting together supper real quick to take to work later. So I just used chicken that I had made. I just made a bunch in the crock pot, shredded up like I said earlier. So I pulled some of that, and then I cut up a bunch of sweet potatoes and put those in the oven. So I'm using some of those. The rest I'll just put in the fridge for another day. And then I am making some broccoli on the stovetop. So this is how I always make my broccoli. I just measure out however much I need, put it on there. I'll cover it sometimes, I guess, but I like that because it gets it like more of a roasted taste, but it's faster. And then there is my chicken, sweet potatoes. So there's that. That'll be my supper. I will show my snack here in just a little while. I'm not 100% sure what I'm having yet, but so there's that. So this is a very great example of like something that is perfect for meal prep. You could easily bulk prep this and just make like more sweet potatoes if you needed it, like a bunch of chicken, bunch of sweet potatoes, bunch of broccoli or whatever vegetable or something like that that you want, and just portion it out. You can bulk prep it all and pull from it each day. You can actually divvy it out into containers if you'd like. I know that's really easy to just do on a Sunday, and then you're ready to go for the week for like lunches or something. So whatever works for you, but this is super easy, cheap, affordable, and I also will be having just one of those single serve Greek yogurts with it. So super easy. So yeah, that's supper, and I will show my snack in a little while. Alright, so this is what I'm doing for a snack before I go to work. This Boom Chicka Pop. So this is one serving of that, which is actually quite a bit, I think. So there's that, and then I just did 2 caramel rice cakes and with 1 tablespoon of this, which is a half a serving, but it does have really good macros in my opinion for a full serving of both. So just a little bit lower fat, a lot higher protein than a lot of other nut butters. So there's my snack for the afternoon. And the last thing I have every single night is my OptiGreens 50. I just mix it up with a frother, just like this. Mixes it up really well, but it's super, super beneficial for gut health, digestion. It's probiotics. It has 5 different blends, but really awesome for digestive, gut health, all of that good stuff. Reducing bloating, clear skin, more natural energy. Just really giving us a good diversity of micronutrients to improve our gut microbiome. So I take it every single day, every night usually. So yeah, that concludes my full day of eating. I feel like I'm talking really fast because I'm rushing around trying to get stuff packed for tomorrow, but that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful, found some different ideas or things that you could kind of use, kind of spark some ideas for your next meal planning, grocery shopping, anything like that. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I post a new video, and comment below if you enjoyed it and if you have any other ideas for future videos. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.